A truck loaded with Worcestershire sauce is driving through Saskatchewan when it collides with a Nissan Qashqai. Hey app, can you please cross-post this joke on our Saskatoon? I believe my other fellow Saskatoonian would enjoy you. While English is confusing, it can be understood through tough thorough thought though. 911. Help, my wife is having a heart attack. We're on Chrysanthemum Street. How do you spell that? What say I just drag her over to Oak Street already? Could extended bystander from Haliwa, Hawaii used his Hawaii to call it in. Speaking of things that are hard to say, I love this original joke. Thank you for posting. Brilliant. I love it. A car from Mattapoisett, Massachusetts. An infinite amount of mathematicians walk into a bar. This is like your computer spending for minutes loading up The Sims 3. But right when the progress bar gets to 95, suddenly it opens up Doom instead and the main menu. Music is at full blast. What do you get if you cross a mosquito with a mountain can't cross a scalar with a vector? Have not seen this repost in quite a while. I remember trying to find this joke a while ago and having trouble trying to search for it, ended up finding it eventually. Whoever originally came up with this joke is amazing though. Our angry vote. I kept intending to stop reading, thinking I know where this is going. I didn't know where this was going. I hate you. Good joke. I quit my job at the erectile dysfunction clinic. Couldn't keep it up anymore. It wasn't a hard enough career for you. Sounds like the customers got stiffed. I hear the management there is pretty soft and the work isn't hard. Did you suddenly quit, or did you think about it long and hard? Couldn't get up in the morning. You found a new place that is up and coming. Nothing you can do about it. Seems premature. Should have stayed longer. Probably too soft for that job anyway. Sorry your career flopped, but you just gotta harden up, man. Easy come, easy go. They say the boss was a real dick to handle anyways. Seems a bit premature. Men who suddenly lost your interest in someone but for a weird reason. What was it? She spat in her hands and rubbed them together because she needed to wash them. I cannot describe the colossal speed at which that switch turned off. Didn't return the shopping cart and left it in the middle of the parking lot. She came over to my house and offered to cook. I bought the groceries happily. Then she proceeded to cut up the chicken in my nice non-stick pan with my shun knife. She made a comment how the pepper looked so tasty. I told her that's not pepper. That's even talked to her after that. They smelled wrong. In biology class, she kept laughing while stabbing a dead frog that we were supposed to dissect. She smelled like soup. One person has had the smelliest fart any human has ever had and never knew it. Wrong, it was me. Actually popped open a Steam achievement congratulating me. Was a weird way to learn we live in a simulation. I think all these types of assumptions are inherently wrong. The people who have had the top, most, biggest, out of billions will indeed say to themselves, is this a world's most? They won't know, but they will think it. There are room-clearing farts that probably don't even rank in the top 10. The world's smelliest fart is going to have everyone around asking if it was the world's smelliest fart. It's gotta be so bad. Smelliest fart so far. Every subsequent flatus is a new opportunity to be won. Some people call the toilet the John. I call mine the gym. That's a lot of squats. That's a lot of time for doing the daily squats. Lot of grunting and sweating, and I'm usually pretty sore the next day. Don't forget to wipe down when you're finished. Damn it, Jim. I'm a John, not a Smith. I always knew you had a thing for Jim. I want to open a bar called The Gym. That way guys can tell their wives, honey, I'm going to the gym without lying. Got in trouble last week for jacking it in the gym. My wife literally came up with this joke years ago. One of her proudest joke moments. I leave the gym drenched in sweat because when I flush it, it goes Belushi. Don't strain yourself. Some people hate tourists in their city. but then expect hospitality when being tourists themselves. I would just feel bad for any tourists to my city. You've made mistakes if you end up in Indiana for a vacation outside of very specific reasons. I know where the tourists are, and if I'm in a hurry, I'll bypass the area. Otherwise, I love seeing them. I know they're going to make mistakes while driving because they aren't sure which way to go or turn, because I've done that when I'm traveling. My city is overrun with tourists and I travel. I attempt to minimize my annoyance of the natives as a result. Till cats can't taste sweetness. This is because they have a mutation in the gene that codes for the sweet taste receptor. This mutation means that cats do not have the ability to detect the sweet taste of sugars such as glucose and sucrose. But they can feel sweetness if you stroke them the right way. So when I give Pickles ice cream, he's just pretending. They are above sweetness, more sophisticated if you will. How dare you suggest they stoop to that level? Yep, obligate carnivores. No wonder they're so sour. They also can't feel spiciness. They can feel it though. The sweetness will not be concerned with meow. I keep having to find places to put the butter so that my clever kitties don't find it. Till Mr. Rogers answered every fan letter, starting his day at 5 a.m. to respond to 50,100 daily, including those from children dealing with personal issues like family deaths. I wrote to him and told him my favorite color was pink. He wrote back and said thank you for sharing that with me. I think pink is a very nice color too. My mom thinks she still has the letter somewhere. What a good man. We didn't deserve such a hero. Till passengers on commercial flights are allowed to bring a parachute on board as a carry-on or checked-in luggage. I feel like a parachute in checked luggage loses a lot of its value. I've done it. The hardest part is they wanted to open it up. There's a spring-actuated reserve in it, and I thankfully stopped them from opening it before they did. Otherwise, they would have gotten a face full nylon. And I would have needed a trash bag to take in on the plane, BC. I would not have been able to pack it. The whole plane should come with a giant parachute on top. You can bring them on, but try using one. DB Cooper likes this. Why would you not be allowed to? The 6B Doomsday plane has a 5-mile-long antenna. Wouldn't that maneuver put the antenna as close to horizontal as possible? 5 miles, they trying to contact the ghost of Christmas past. The 6 took over the Tacoma role from the C-135 run by SAC during the Cold War, and after SAC transitioned into STRATCOM. The E-4 is a modified 747,200, whereas the 6 and EC-135 are modified 707s. Edit spelling. White people are 70 times more likely to develop skin cancer than black people. White person here. I can confirm the sun is not my friend. I heard somewhere Australia has highest rate of skin cancer. I'm not trying to sound ignorant, but I thought this was obvious. I mean, look at Africans. Literally people bathed in sun. As a black person, I've never heard of anyone in my family on both sides who has skin cancer. Not that it can't happen, just seems rare all around. We evolved light skin to get more vitamin D in northern latitudes. Darker skinned people are more deficient in it if they live further away from the equator. That's the trade-off. Immune function general health vitamin D is pretty important versus protection from the sun. That Bose is majority owned by MIT. Drive Bose was a researcher at MIT and developed many of the technologies used at Bose in MIT labs. The university was going to sue him over Bose patenting and selling research done in MIT labs. He basically unofficially said if they drop the lawsuits, he will take care of them. When he died, he donated it to MIT. At the time, it was one of the largest privately owned companies in the world. Interesting. I would have thought they were just a big corporation, maybe owned by some random umbrella company, like Nestle or the old Bose. No highs, no lows, nobody knows from their midlife still hold true. TIL that in 2011 a court in the UK banned a man with a 48 IQ from having sex, determining that he didn't have the mental capacity to understand the health risks associated with his actions. A psychiatrist told the court that Allen believed that babies were delivered by a stork or found under a bush, and that sex could give you spots or measles. In determining that Allen didn't have the capacity to consent to sex, the court also ordered that he should be taught sex education in the hope that he thereby gains that capacity. 48. How the heck does he function day to day? Does he have a carer for the days he's not in Parliament? I wonder how they applied the ban. Did they lock his privates? I wanna fuck this dumb man so badly I'll go to court over it. TIL the one for jack or the guitar cord jack is the oldest connector type still used. It was the standard for the original phone switch ports. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Works every time. I played for 50 years. My only problem was bad grounds. But that's not that jack's issue. I love that about guitar and music equipment in general. Analog gear is made using basically 1950s and 60s technology. It's the most satisfying jack to plug in. We always called them patch cords in the music scene where I grew up, because they were used to patch calls through at the switchboard. Fun fact, some mobility scooters use these jacks as keys. And they have mono and stereo ones too. Those of you who have played video games, what is the first video game you ever played? Doesn't answer your question, but I feel bad for people whose first game was Fortnite or League of Legends. Probably Frostbite on the Atari 2600, maybe Defender on the same system. Super Mario Brothers. What is something girls think men like, but they actually don't? An air of mystery to be intriguing. I've learned that men want you to be forthcoming and have direct, clear communication. Anything else is stressful to the point that they question if it's worth it. A challenge, you into me, cool. Tell me otherwise, no is a no. I walk away. Flirting with other people to see if I'll go for you. Nope, I'm walking away. Playing hard to get. That crap is exhausting. The chase or playing hard to get, or any other utterly pointless game like that. I have neither the time or inclination to participate. Either tell me you're interested or tell me you're not. Pretending to be stupid. Talking like a little kid. What is the biggest lie told to people in human history? Your call is important to us. I acknowledge that I have read and agree to the above terms and conditions. Your baby is beautiful. There are hot singles in my area dying to meet me. Push flap to open on the Kraft mac and cheese box. You won't always have a calculator. They, by being unlike you, are inferior. If you work hard, you'll have a good happy. It's more about where you put the effort every day. You can put in half the effort of someone and end up 10x better than them. Looks don't matter. No strings attached. Money won't make you happy. I definitely will not come in your mouth. Epstein hanged himself. The serving sizes on bags of chips. What item did you not realize was expensive until you became an adult? Gotta be furniture. New tires. Most unexciting $1,000 purchases I have ever made. Groceries. Life itself, everything. Health insurance. Kids, I'm amazed how my parents could afford me. Ross, food is both more expensive and goes bad quicker when you're an adult. Traveling. Cars? All grown-ups had them, maybe even multiple. I still think it's insane that some cars are more expensive than a two-bedroom apartment. Free a kid I had loads of it and gave it away. Now I can't afford even a minute. Legos, my God, how my parents ever got me any, I'll never know. Rugs. What TV show will you never watch no matter how many times people say how good it is? Grey's Anatomy. Literally any dating show. Kardashians, The Bachelor, or any TV show like that. Some of them were kind of funny in the 90s, but now they are horrible. Any TV show involving rich assholes being awful people. Any show beginning with Real Housewives of Kardashians. They are the most vapid, empty excuses for humans we have ever produced. Tiger King. Post Charlie Sheen to And a Half Men. I never saw how Tucker fit into this show and I refuse to watch the rest of it, no matter how better or worse it turned out. What's the stupidest double standard you ever heard from someone? Dude I worked with felt I needed to know that he'd have to have a wife and a mistress because he didn't want someone who sucked his dick kissing the kids. And I was like, have you considered maybe washing your dick better? My friend's mom said men cheating and women cheating are different because men only care about the physical and not the emotional. Come to find out, she was being cheated on by her current husband. And I am assuming this is how she coped. He can't refuse sex. He's the man. The woman always decides when and where we have sex. Everybody knows that. In marriage counseling, my ex-wife, while we were still married, she was serious too. What is some rich shit you do even though you are not rich? Forget to cancel my free trial. Buy the good toilet paper. Paying for car cleaning. We have a garage fridge that is full of all different kinds of beverages. I use the fuck out of paper towels. Food. I buy what I want and I try new stuff. I like cooking. I buy small trash bags for the bathroom trash bins. My whole family uses grocery bags, but I don't like how they always rip at the bottom. No margarine in my house. Butter only and lots of it. My arteries think I'm rich. What is something that you're for sure the US government is hiding from us? The entire Congress is busy winning in the stock market with insider information and couldn't care less about doing their jobs. Epstein's client list. I'm convinced that our ICBM protection system is far more accurate than the Pentagon is willing to admit. Cheese, big blocks of cheddar used to give them away decades ago, but you never hear of them now. Jesus Christ. Clearly, no one commenting here has ever known anyone working for the federal government. The biggest secret they're keeping from you is that every government agency spends money like a coke addict in the month of September, so that their budgets won't get slashed in the next fiscal year.